Okay? So, what I'm going to be looking at today, as a team, myself and Digi, what we're looking at is to educate people and to teach people about how to come out of debt and to be financially independent. Okay, does that sound right? How many people is interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so now this is, how many people know about a guy called Richard Branson and Robert Kiyosaki?
Yes.
Robert Kiyosaki?
Yes.
Okay. He's the guy that wrote a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay? This is one of the things he said in his book. He said the main reason people struggle financially is because they spent years in school but learned nothing about money. Okay? How many people have an idea how many hours we spent in school, from nursery school to secondary school? Forget about university, nursery to secondary school. How many hours in total?
It's just a tricky question.
Just a guess. Just take a guess.
62.
62 hours.
Hours.
Okay. It's about 14,000 hours. And yet, I can prove it to you today that throughout that 14,000 hours, we're not taught money. And I said, no, that's not true. Okay? Maybe you're taught you know how to count money, but how money works, we're not taught. And you might say to yourself, well, it's because I didn't do accounting. Well, we have got an accountant in the house. I'm going to test her in the process to see whether actually we are taught about money in school. Okay? The truth is that we're not taught about money. We are taught how to spend money and how to get it. But we are not taught how to multiply our money and how to keep our money. Okay? Alright. Our team is called AYO. We're going to be looking at the concept that we teach and also the compensation that is there for people that want to become part of our team for us to train. They just mentioned that we train people to become financial advisor, IFA, that you'll be registered with the Financial Conduct Authority. They just done all the exams, is qualified with many years of experience. I'm a university lecturer. Now I've been teaching IT and business for over 11 years in the UK. I studied here. What we're looking at is to actually bring people and educate people and show people, especially ethnic minority people that don't know actually that you can become an IFA without going to university. You don't need to have a university degree. In fact, to register to become an IFA, they will not ask you for even maths and English. None of that requirement. And when you pass that exam, you can start working in the bank. There's shortage of an IFA in the bank. You can start working in the bank with a minimum of at least £25,000. Okay, there's shortage. If you go to the bank today, I just want to say mortgage advisor, they will book you. You cannot see one. How many people know that? They have to book you to see one. Why? Because there's shortage with that. We can train you. You can pass that exam within 3 to 6 months. And if you decide to become an independent person, you can advise on mortgage. You don't need to pass to anybody. You can advise on mortgage, life insurance, and few things. We just passing the exam within 3 to 6 months. And also, it will not cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, so that's what some of the things we'll be educating and telling you about today. Okay, so what we do, basically, when we even go and see a family, myself, they will charge. Okay, but if I myself, I'm going to somebody, I do my service free. I go to people's home and see them one-on-one for free without doing any charge at all. Okay, and I know a lot of people will be booking. By the time you see what I'm going to be teaching today, a lot of people will be making bookings for me to come out and see you. One, we educate people about money. We help people to get out of debt. We teach people how to make their money to work for them. And also we review their financial product. If you have any financial product that you just mentioned, we help you to look at it and you see whether you've got the right thing or the wrong thing. Sometimes people have no clue about the product they have. Even sometimes people have mortgage, you might not have the right one. And how many people think the bank is your friend? Okay, so we know the bank's not our friend.
Not at all.
Okay, but we go there for all our products. Okay? Alright. But you need somebody to advise you one-on-one. Okay? Outside the bank. We know. One thing most people don't know is that you can get all the product, most of the products outside the bank without going to the bank. You can get a mortgage without going to the bank. You can get home insurance, life insurance, pension advice, investment advice without going to the bank. Okay, that's some of the things we'll be sharing with you today. Okay. Now, one of the major problems in the UK, why UK is a peculiar issue, is that The UK stands as #1 country in the whole world with the highest consumer debt. So, you know, unfortunately the football has just ended and we tried to get to #1. Unfortunately, I don't know how many years it's going to take the UK to get to #1 in terms of the FIFA. But we tried. Fourth now. I think it's something good. Okay, when you look at the Olympics as well, what position the UK is always sitting? Fourth as well, fourth, third. But when it comes to consumer debt in the world, we are #1. So we are ahead of the US and China in terms of the debt that individuals are owing in their bank. Why is that? Because we have a debt culture in the UK where people are spenders, we spend, and we are being encouraged to spend. Okay? Until we can reverse that to have a culture to start keeping than spending. Okay? Consumer debt at the moment stands at about 1.5 trillion, okay, that people are owing their bank. Unemployment at the moment, the way it is at the moment is not that bad, but with brief exit, who knows what's going to happen? Okay? But we see a lot of people in the UK depend on one source of income. Whereas most of us know that that's not a good idea. How many people think it's good to have just one source of income? How many people think it's good to have multiple sources of income? Okay. But most people don't have an idea of how to do that. Okay? Just as they mentioned, okay, you could start up your own business. You could start up your own business. It doesn't have to be massively big. You don't have to have 5,000, 10,000 to start something. Okay? We have opportunities, which I'm going to share with people here, where you can start. You can start as little as £100, you know, to start something for yourself. Okay, that you can build on it. Okay? Do you know what Jeremy said here? All his business, can you hear that? He built it on what? His network. Okay? He's not having any degree, he didn't have any degree. You know, first thing, no, you need to start understanding how you tap into your network. Okay? Your network equals your net worth. Okay? So value people is very important. Okay? Now, I like sharing this story. Also, it's a form of education for us. Okay? This man is a mechanic. Okay? Self-employed guy. Something happened to his wife. The wife became ill. And it was the sole carer. He had to stop working to take care of the wife. In the process, self-employed, he's not getting any payment from the employer because he's not working for anybody. He's a mechanic. In the process, they piled up almost about 23 credit cards, mounting up to about £130,000 in debt. Guess what happened? The creditors start coming, asking for their money, with letters, red letters coming in. The guy got fed up and he felt. He doesn't want the family to lose their family home. And in fact, the only thing to do is to commit suicide so that, you know, if he dies, well, he's dead with the money. Okay? So the family will stay in peace. But he committed suicide. Within 2 to 3 months, the house was repossessed anyway. Why is that? Now, the fact is this, the bank never loses. Okay? Somebody has to pay the money. The bank don't lose money. Somebody has to pay. In this case, it's the wife. Alright? Now, you know, most people think if I'm, you know, if you are owing, if you're married, you are owing, your wife is also owing. Why? Because she's your next of kin. Because she's the one that you want her to inherit the house. Therefore, the debtors, your creditors, are entitled to their own money first before any other person. So, and imagine, in this case, the debt was even almost more than the value of the house. So therefore, the creditors have to take their money. So what we are trying to encourage people is that committing suicide is, because of lack of money, is not the solution. We can sit down with people and help them to look into their debt and put a plan how to come out of the debt instead of killing or committing suicide. Now I'm going to just look at quickly what we're going to be looking at today. They just mentioned some of them. The first, I'm going to be teaching you something called the Rule of 72. I'm going to show you how to beat the bank, how we can teach you how you can beat the bank in their game. Okay? The difference between savings and investment. If you've got a mortgage, or if you're interested in having a mortgage, we can process mortgage for you. And if you have one already, we can show you how you can pay off your mortgage quickly. Okay? That's why write down your question because I've got a lot to cover so that I can deal with it at the end. Okay? Sorry. Then, how to protect your biggest assets, and also I talk about will and trust. Now, I'm going to start from the last one. Okay? I know there are a lot of Africans here, Caribbeans, and some Asians. So this is good community I like talking about. If I ask, how many have got a will here? If you've got a will. Anybody?
What do you mean?
If you've got a will, a written will. There's something happens to you, what's going to happen to all your assets or anything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you have one?
Yes.
Partly written, hidden in your box. It will be accepted. It's not legally written. Now, what I'm saying is that it's clear. Most Africans, Asians don't do it. Okay? But in the UK, there's process. You see, where we're coming from, things are not done like that. But in this country, there are process. Okay? Now, most people also go to the extent of doing a will, but they don't put a trust in place. Okay? So there are two different things. Okay? How many people know that if you die and you've got a house, that if you will that house to your wife or your husband or your children, that they have to pay inheritance tax? Yeah? Accountants know that. Okay? Do you know that? Do you know how many percentage?
I think it's like 40 or something.
It depends on the amount.
It depends on the amount.
The value of the property.
Exactly, the value of the property. But it could go as low as maybe 25 or as up to 40%, depends on the value. Value of above 350 or something, it will be around 40% of the value. So you've paid all your taxes, okay, but when you pass your property to somebody else as well, you have to pay 40% of the government. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that good? Will you be happy with that? No.
Wouldn't be happy with that.
Nobody will be happy with that. But if you don't put anything in place before that happens, there's no option for the family. They have to pay that 40%. So when you sit down with us, we show you different options to prevent that from happening legally. Okay? I think it was last year, one of the Queen's family passed away and willed over 1 billion something to the son, and they paid no taxes legally. They put things in place for that. Everybody's entitled to do that as well. But it's up to you to do it before you die. If you don't do it before you die, nothing can be changed. Absolutely nothing. Okay? Alright. I never heard about this before. The rule of 72 is all over the internet. It's on YouTube. Okay?
First time.
Okay?
It's my first time.
It's the first time. Has anybody heard about the rule of 72? Okay. As I said, it's all over the internet, but it's something that is very important. Now, it's either the rule of 72 is working for you or it's working against you. If it's working against you, of course, if you don't know about the rule, there's tendency that it's working against you. If it's working against you, you can never be wealthy. If it's working for you, you're on path to wealth. Now, either you like it or not, those who are wealthy understand how the rule of 72 works. If there's anything you're going to take down today, anything you're going to take out of this place today, let it be this. Because it's going to change your perspective about money. So let me take it quickly. Let me just run through this quickly. Let's assume you've got money in the bank in the UK, presently as we sit here. What's the best percentage you could get on the savings account? The best interest rate you could get?
At the moment, you're giving me,
Sorry?
0.4%.
0.4, where you could get something better?
you're giving me 0.3.
0.3. RBS can give you 0.75 or 0.7, but you have to keep your money for 3 years. If you take anything out, it drops to 0.1. Because you have to leave it for 3 years. Okay? RBS. Okay? Santander offer I think 1%. Okay? But let's just look at how the rule of 72 actually work. Let's say, for instance, I'm able to show you a bank that offers you 3%. And we have 10,000 in that bank at 3%. Okay, let me go back one step and show you something. So if I put 10,000 in that account, that pays 3%, okay? How long do you think it will take your money to double, to become 20,000 at 3%? Okay? Now, for you to be able to work it out, you must understand a formula called compound interest. Now, I got distinction in maths, I got A, but I can't remember the formula. How many people can remember it? Unless you are teaching maths. A lot of us remember simple interest, but not compound interest. Now, you don't need to remember compound interest. I can teach you how to work this maths easily. And that is what we call the rule of 22. That's where the rule of 22 comes in. Now, that's the answer there. 10,000 in an account that pays 3% will double after 24 years. It takes 24 years to become 20,000. If you don't touch the money, and the interest rate didn't change, remain 3%, I didn't take anything out. It will take 24 years, it will double. If you don't touch the money again, and you didn't take anything out, and the interest rate remains the same,